welcome back to Square Off. It is 4th of July weekend and our thoughts drift toward barbecues, fireworks, and maybe the U.S. Constitution. There could be some big changes afoot for our founding document. A constitutional convention is in the works. Arizona is leading the planning for it. State Representative Kelly Townsend of Mesa has been working on this for 4 years in Arizona and across the country to bring what's known as an Article 5 convention to life. Am I right? Is that that's what we're calling it?
It's definitely not a constitutional convention. It's a convention of states, according to Article 5, to propose amendments. There's a big difference.
But you're talking about the Constitution.
Essentially.
And that sounds bigger, which I like. Why has this been a mission of yours for so long?
Well, you know, when I first became a legislator, I didn't know that that was something that we as legislators could do. A lot of folks didn't know about. There's a Part B to Article 5 that all of the 27 amendments that we have so far have been proposed through Congress, which is what we knew about. But there's actually a provision in there that was put in by a founding father that we forget about, George Mason, and he asked to have that included so that the people could propose an amendment to the Constitution. Okay,
so let's drop some knowledge and just read from Article 5 right here. This is what gives Representative Kelly Townsend and other legislators the right to do this. The Congress, whenever 2/3 of both houses shall deem it necessary, shall propose amendments to this Constitution or on the application of the legislatures of 2/3 of the several states. There, that gives you the right to do that. Shall call a convention for proposing amendments, which in either case shall be valid to all intents and purposes as part of this Constitution when ratified by the legislatures of 3/4 of the several states. So kind of a two-part process in there. That's why you can do this. What do you want to do if this convention comes to life?
Well, me personally, I think that there's several things that could be done. The group that's gotten the closest, however, is the Balanced Budget Amendment Task Force group that they've been working 30 years to try and push this idea of a balanced budget. And so that was getting the closest. We also have the Convention of States Project is another organization. They want term limits in addition to the balanced budget, for term limits for Congress. And they would also like to pull back some of the powers of the federal government back to the enumerated powers and recognize, the 10th Amendment.
So several possibilities there. Which one is the closest? Which one has most states behind it right now?
The Balanced Budget Amendment.
How many states are behind it?
We were at 30, and then we've had a couple states rescind. They went from red to blue, so they rescinded their calls. Each state has to put a resolution out and petition Congress. We want to do this. We have to have 34 states. 34. And we got to 30, and then it's kind of gone back a little, and we expect to continue to get to 34.
So why you're leading the planning for it? There's going to be a big event in a planning meeting in September at the Arizona Capitol. You are chairwoman of that planning committee. What's going to happen in September?
So in September, it's going to be the first time, I think it was 156 years ago, in 1861, they got together as states, approved by the states to come and convene and talk about trying to stop the Civil War. And as we know, that didn't work. But that's the last time we actually officially got together as delegations coming together in a convention. So this is the first time that the states have done that. We've gotten together in other, like the Silver Convention, to talk about silver being a currency, whatnot. But this is the first time we're getting together officially, and the purpose of it is to discuss the rules for Article 5 convention of how many states need to vote in order to take that amendment and send it back to Congress for ratification.
So you're creating a structure for what you hope will be a convention once you get all the states on board. That's all right. The states need on board. Okay, right. We're going to keep talking about this after a quick break. But first, let's take a look at the week in sound bites. Taken out of context. Stay with us.
Hey, you!
Fake news. CNN. Fake.
Mr. Leader, are you going to get to 50 votes on health care by tomorrow? Is that a no?
Whoops, the camera just went off.
You see, once again, the president's right and everybody else out here is fake news.
Don't we love that term, fake? What we've learned about fake over the last little while.
Well, you say that.
Okay, you can come back. I won't say. I promise I won't say anything more about you.
If we were guilty of anything, it was maybe that we were a little lazy and a little incompetent.